One of my biggest challenges as a neurodivergent is perseveration. Perseveration refers to worrying about the future, ruminating about the past, and obsessing. And more often than not, I'm experiencing all three things at once. And I've realized, reflecting on my life, a majority of my anxiety is caused by perseveration. So I'll give you a recent example. I had a neighbor who recently moved in, and I'm pretty suspicious about them because I feel like they haven't been picking up after their dog, and I end up having to do it because it's a mess. And my dogs walk around in that same area, and I just want to clean it up. And I saw her the other day let her dogs out, and she didn't pick up after them. She said she was going to, but I'm like, why do you go outside letting your dogs go do their business and then not picking up after them? Like, why wouldn't you have bags with you? So it was very suspicious to me, and I was like, oh, so you're the person who's been leaving the mess. And it would make sense because the mess started appearing once she moved in. And I went inside, and then I proceeded to worry about all the other mess she's going to leave that I have to then pick up, which feels like it's not my problem to have to deal with. It's not my pet, not my problem. But then, of course, I feel responsible for the reasons I've outlined. So that's the worrying component, the anxious, future-focused concerns component of perseveration. And then there's the ruminating. Why didn't I say something to her? I could have offered her dog poop bags. I could have kind of warned her that the building has pretty strict rules about it, and then we all get charged an extra fee for cleanup if one person doesn't clean up. And then I was like, damn, I should have said something, and I kept kicking myself about it. And then I obsessed about it. For the next 20 minutes, I was just thinking about it. Oh, I should have said something, should have done something. I didn't address the problem. Why am I always shrinking from conflict or the potential conflict? I should have done it for my own peace of mind because now I'm the one who's chewing over this and getting annoyed about it. And it kept bothering me. And then I started to feel physical tension and anxiety about this. And in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that big an issue. And it's not really even my issue to worry about. But my brain will latch onto something and it will start looping, like doing the worrying, the ruminating, the obsessing. And I know that my brain is doing that, but also it's hard to kind of separate sometimes and be like, is this logical? Is this reasonable? But my brain insists that it is, and it keeps putting focus on it and telling me that I should be thinking about this, that it is important, and that in fact it might even be dangerous to myself. And I get like a physiological response, like for my own safety, I have to do something. I have to say something. And in some cases in the past, when I have responded to that, I've acted impulsively, or I've made a mountain out of a molehill, or I probably pursued a conflict situation that I could have just avoided. I kind of went in knowing on this issue, a specific issue, and raised a concern or challenged somebody or pushed a boundary about something because I felt like I had to kind of appease the perseverating thought process. Long story short, when I went back outside, this owner appears to have cleaned up after the pets. So all that worrying, all that obsessing, all that ruminating was for nothing. It was all unnecessary, but my brain decided again to latch onto a concern and then proceed to make me fixate on this thing, which for the most part I hadn't even thought about up to that point and wasn't obsessing about. And it's often unpredictable, like when the brain switches into this gear and starts obsessing about something and then making it a big issue, you have no control over it. And so for me, the biggest challenge is not that adversity happens, but that my brain responds to adversity or challenges or uncertain or unfamiliar situations with this obsessive thinking. And I do myself a big disservice when I lean into it, because for the reasons I mentioned, like it can have negative repercussions, and it also causes me a lot of stress. Do you experience perseverative thinking? How does it show up in your life? What have you done to kind of cope with it? And how is it presented on a daily basis for you? Does it contribute to anxiety for you? What's the mental health impact? I would love to hear from you.